Race 5 at Ascot jumps at 2:34. It's the Morley Growers Market Raconteur Stakes. It's a listed event over 1,500 metres. And we'll have another look at last start performance of Rebel Knight.
The Escort, Spiritual Warrior, and further back Rebel Knight. It's Skin and Tens who leads them. Down by the 200 over Express Flirt. Yeah, Bravo's under the whip behind them, still running on. And further back is Rebel Knight. They come to the 100 Express Flirt, ranged up to Skin and Tens. Rebel Knight, Yeah, Bravo bursting through. It's Yeah, Bravo though, bursting through on the inside, grabs the lead. Yeah, Bravo.
I say we'll have another look at that performance by Rebel Knight because last time it came to the races it was scratched late after a float mishap, so I'm anticipating the horses returned well. Dan State jumps on board, which I think is a really good booking. I think his way of riding will suit this horse down to the ground. It probably maps to just sit behind the stablemate Altani, who does seem to roll forward with Willie Pike on board, so I'm anticipating Rebel Knight will get itself into a good spot and be able to use the momentum coming around the corner. Second pick is the One Cup Night. It's really pretty irresistible so far, this preparation. It's settling a little bit closer in its runs from inside gates, and also the smaller field seems to suit this horse that has an electric turn of foot late over the last 400 and last 200. Third pick is the 5 Henty Gal. Again, wasn't really suited last start. It still ran a really big last 400 and ran the 5th fastest last 200 on the card as well. There's no real support for it and was trying to make runs through the middle of the field. I think it will be better suited from gate 5. And then fourth pick is the 4 Classic Pro, who has again just been ultra consistent so far this preparation, but without necessarily winning anything. It does look to get into a nice spot from the barrier on this occasion. 3 on top for me, Rebel Knight, from 1 Cup Night, 5 Henty Gal and 4 Classic Pro. Race 6 at Ascot jumps at 3:14. It's the Schweppes Tonic Handicap over 1,800 metres. And our horse in focus, he finally put it all together last start. It's the 1 Beaucount.
All or nothing now for Boy Hill. Beaucount led by 3 or 4 lengths. 23 Red Plead the 5th. Taxidermy, King of Judah. Buctorio down on the rails. Strong Heart, Spiritual Warrior further back. Beaucount with 100 left to go. 2 in front from 23 Red. Strong Heart, he's going to pitch it. Cagey ride, brilliant performance by Boy Hill. And Beaucount beat 20.
We saw Beaucount begin a lot cleaner last start from an inside barrier, and as Ryan Hill pointed out, that seemed to be much more in the horse's favour. In previous starts, he's had wide barriers and had to be used up a little bit too much early, which just fired the horse up. So again, from gate 1 for this Saturday, he should be able to just jump from the gates, go straight to the front, run even sections as opposed to too fast up front, and just prove very difficult to get past for the rest of this field. Second pick is the 11 Vignetto, who's just been running ultra consistent. The last couple of starts, it settled in the breeze and proved just a little bit flat late, and you can understand why. It's had to do that extra bit of work sitting in the breeze. I think from this barrier, it should be able to settle just behind Beaucount and get that slipstream, which looks more in its favour. 10 is the third pick, Picasso Bay, who we saw settle a little bit more forward last start from the positive gate. I think the same thing will happen on this occasion, and it should be able to capitalise on what was a personal best performance last start. And then the fourth pick is the 4 Summers Sky, much the same comment, although it does have a wider barrier, so it will get back in the field, but we saw it making a huge sustained run last start. It was 3 wide, no cover, and then 4 wide on the corner, and really doing a lot of work late, so it was very strong through the line. If it can run up to that level once more, it should be pretty strong late. 1 on top in a difficult race, Beaucount, from the 11 Vignetto, 10 Picasso Bay and 4 Summer Sky. Race 7 at Ascot jumps at 3:50. It's the Tab Touch Better Your Bet handicap over 1,200 metres. And our horse in focus, we could almost flip a coin here, but I've gone with Diablerie. But we'll see Diablerie versus Special Reward in the closing stages of their last start at Ascot.
Behind them, Regal Moon cut the corner. Moulton nursed at the 200, the leader. Special Reward coming away from the fence, coming after it, and so's Diablerie now. Moulton's the leader at the 150. Special Reward, the middle from Diablerie. Diablerie, Special Reward with the head in front, going better than it, and goes home to win. The Demerit 3-year-old.
I've settled with the 8 Diablerie purely for the fact that I think the gate in 3 is a fraction more favourable to it than the 6 is for Special Reward. Special Reward can take a sit, it can lead, but I'm anticipating Diablerie will just get a really nice slipstream behind that runner, and just Pike will be able to peel it off at the right time and try and use that turn of foot that we've seen late. I think Special Reward, who is my second pick, the 11, was really suited last start by that extra strong tempo set by Moulton. He really got himself into a slipstream, peeled off the fence at the right time and just went straight past. He was very impressive on his return, and it's a huge personal best for the horse. So if you can reproduce that by leading, he would be very difficult to get past. Third pick is the one Damn Ready, who wasn't suited last start without cover. But look, I'm not sure the 1200 is as suitable as the 11 and 1000 metre races, but he is racing in very good form, and the horse is just remaining rock fit. And then fourth pick is the 5 Seeker, who we see with more favourable gates, and has won on this occasion, is able to settle in the first 4 or 5 runners. I think they'll try that again with Jason Whiting on board. And look, he does have a very nice turn of foot, so if they slacken the pace at any stage, he could be very strong through the line. 8 on top for me, it's a cracking race, but the 8 Diablerie from the 11 Special Reward, 1 Damn Ready and 5 Seeker. Race 8 on the card at Ascot jumps at 4:25. It's the Schweppes WATC Derby over 2,400 metres, the Group 2 for the 3-year-olds. It's a cracking race, but it's hard to get past the 1, Regal Power.
Cockney Crew, Blackwood River. He's come to the end of his run. Platoon joins in. Regal Power's down the outside though. Here comes Regal Power. He races up, dashes past Platoon, Cockney Crew. It's all over. He's coming away from them now, Regal Power. And the Piero 3-year-old, much too good. Races home to win more than 2 lengths, Cockney Crew, Platoon.
Probably the only concern for Regal Power in this race is gate 12. And by that I mean if it gets too far back in the field and one of the front runners just times its run to absolutely perfection, then it might be a very difficult task for Regal Power to pick them up. But having said all that, the horse has been ultra impressive. The last 200 metres of the Mel Vista did suggest that the extra 200 metres would be suiting this horse right down to the ground. And from any positivity from Pike from the barrier, if it settles midfield, the race is probably all over. Second pick is the 4 Without Reason, who just looks a genuine stayer. He was doing his best work late over the last 200 in the Mel Vista. He got a little bit far back on that occasion. I think from gate 3, if Troy Turner can settle it in the first 4 or 5 runners, it could be a bit of a blowout chance. Same could be said for the 3 Cockney Crew, who should lead this event from gate 8. Peter Hall has ridden this horse before and timed his run to perfection, and that's going to be the key. If he can run perfect sections up front, he could be a danger to the favourite Regal Power. And then the fourth pick is the 12, which is Mackenzie Brook. Out of all of the fillies, I think this one looks to be best suited if there is a genuine tempo, and I'm anticipating with a big field that will be the case. There's a few unknowns for a few of the other fillies who have only seen slow run races so far. It's a good race as always, but the favourite does look hard to beat. 1 Regal Power from 4 Without Reason, 3 Cockney Crew and 12 Mackenzie Brook. That brings us to the nightcap, and what better way to present it? It's the Penfolds handicap over 1100 metres. It will jump at 5 p.m, and our horse in focus is Double Bubble.
Authorities right there with them as well, and followed further back by Comparative. Carberry went to work on Double Bubble from the stablemate Plutocracy. Here's King's Authority though. King's Authority ranges up, grabs the lead from Double Bubble. Plutocracy goes with King's Authority, and down the outside Comparative. King's Authority, Plutocracy, Comparative diving. Comparative.
You wouldn't have seen it there on the replay, but the thing that cruelled Double Bubble's chances last start was it actually ran the fastest early section 2 to 600 metres for the entire card. It then slowed down by 1.1 seconds coming around the corner, which gave a lot of those horses settling just behind it the chance to outsprint it. Having said all that, it was only beaten 1.1 lengths by Comparative, so I'm anticipating with more genuine speed in this race, and all likelihood the horse won't lead as well. I think that will suit it down to the ground. It will get itself either into the breeze or 1 out, 1 back, and just be able to peel off at the right time and run straight past this field. I'm pretty keen on Double Bubble. It's my top pick from the 8 Don't Fuss, who will get back in the field by the looks of things. It's got a very wide draw, but it's coming off a super performance, and its last 200 suggests that the extra distance over the 1100 metres will suit this horse down to the ground. Third pick is the 2 Count to Mozoff, which does have a history of being able to cope with early speed, and again, that's exactly what the speed map suggests. It's coming off a trial which was good, and it should be able to get itself into a nice position in this event. And then the 4th pick is the 15 Mylena, which is a horse that does flash home a fair bit, but again, it ran some super last 600, 400 and 200 metre splits last start. It will need a whole heap of luck coming from barrier 4, but if it can get itself just through a few gaps in the straight, it might very well be a blowout chance late. 10 on top for me, Double Bubble from the 8 Don't Fuss, 2, which is Count to Mozoff, and 15 Mylena. That brings us to best bets. For me, race 7, number 8, Diablerie. I think it can turn the tables on Special Reward. And race 9, number 10, Double Bubble. I'm expecting this horse to bounce back in a big way in the final event at Ascot. I hope you have a great WATC Derby day. If you want to keep up to date with us at Perth Racing, keep in touch on our website or via social media. I'm Pete Anthony. Until next time on the box seat, good punting and go well.